Hello and a very good morning. Welcome to this live stream. This is kind of a joint thing between Sales Builder and CompTIA. My name is James Steele. I'm part of Sales Builder as channel chief, but also part of the executive council for the UK and I. I've got a real interest in making sure that everyone knows how great some of these CompTIA events are. And I know what it's like. You know, when you've got so many events happening, to actually take the time and look into an agenda and work out, okay, is this really going to be worth time out of my business? And to understand fully, who are the great speakers and is there enough value in it for me? So that's the whole point of this session. We're going to dive into the agenda. I've got the best person here to bring with me. So Leanne Johnson, who's Director of Community for UK and I. So she's going to be joining me. And it's going to be a bit of a multimedia extravaganza, which probably means it's going to go wrong at some point, but you can enjoy that side of it anyway. We'll do our best to keep it all happening. So we're going to have a quick look at what the event is about. This is the Birmingham event on the 26th of June. It's a bit of a special one. I'm going to bring Leanne in now so I can get her input on why it's different from some of the other ones. So let's have a look. Leanne, how are you doing?
Hello, James. I'm good, thanks. Thank you for having me today. Yeah, so we've got the meeting coming around super fast, 2 weeks tomorrow, I think the 26th, as you said.
Yes.
James, jam-packed agenda before our ever-popular Spotlight Awards on the evening. So, yeah, should we have a dig through the agenda and see what's happening?
Let's do it. So we've called this one Agenda Teardown. So we have to dive straight in. So let's do it. Okay, let's bring in the. We've got the agenda there. Let's give it a better view. Give me a second. There we go. Right, fantastic. So this is you can find this on the CompTIA website. As you can see, 26th of June. Anything to mention about the venue, first of all, Leanne?
So it's at the McDonald Burlington Hotel, which is right next to New Street Station, really central location, lovely old building. So, yeah, we've not been there before, but looking forward to this change in venue. It looks super nice.
Excellent. Very good. If you've ever been to a CompTIA event, I'd say 98% of them have amazing food and all that kind of stuff. So you'll be well looked after if you come along. So anyway, let's dive into the good stuff. So when we first arrive at a CompTIA event, obviously you've got the welcome session, but then we've got the update from the EC. So what's happening there? There's some guy called Dan Scott, I think, and Holly.
Yeah, so people might have heard of them. We've got the chair and the vice chair of our UK and Ireland Executive Council, Dan Scott from ConnectWise and Holly Whittles from Purple Frog Systems. They're going to be giving us an update as what's happening with the Executive Council. And James, you're a part of that, so you know all about that. But importantly, this year we've got 6 open places on our Executive Council coming up.
Yes, holes and amazing opportunities.
Absolutely, and we lose you, James. Absolutely gutted.
Yeah, don't try and pretend. It's fine. I appreciate that.
So no, we're losing 6 great people out of 12. But what that means is there's real opportunity for anybody else out there, whether you're a solution provider, a vendor, a distributor. It's not a secret club. You don't have to know a special handshake to get in on the Executive Council. If you are interested, we'd love to hear from you. Excuse me. And it's guiding the direction of the community, as you well know, James. But yeah, 6 slots. We'll be asking people to put themselves forward after the meeting, so you don't have to decide there and then. And then I'll be asking people to put a short video together so we can send that out to the community and get people to vote on who they want to elect to those positions. So super, super exciting. And if you are interested, 6 positions is a lot. So I'd say, throw your hat in the ring and you've got a good chance of getting in.
Definitely, it's a really good time, and that it's worth saying that's you don't have to be. Obviously, I come from the vendor side, but we've got some great MSPs, and I love it when there's MSPs that sort of come forward. I know there's some in the wings. Hopefully, we'll bring on. So yes, anyway, that's a fantastic opportunity. Just to obviously, it's good if you just want to give back, but also to immerse yourself in the community. I mean, I've been really fortunate to be surrounded by some really fantastic people, and to really feel like it's kept my kind of finger on the pulse. So I'll be sad to go, but definitely take that opportunity for the sake of a quick video, and and the opportunity maybe just to. I think Amir Khan, you might pop up on stage, but don't worry about that. Just to do a quick why you should join. Okay, anyway, that's absolutely fine.
Let's not put anybody off, James. But no, right. It's a great opportunity. Yeah. So.
Excellent. Okay, so that's the EC spaces. So then we've got Tracy Pound's going to be talking about. So CompTIA, I mean, one of the benefits of membership is the amazing research that comes out. They've got an absolutely incredible research team, and all this research is available to you as an MSP. You can brand it. You can have it on your website. It's great to take shorts, especially now in the age of AI. You can grab a research report, chunk it up, and put it out there and share it with your customers. So it's definitely a great opportunity to grab some of that research. But Tracy's going to be presenting on it, right?
Yeah, so Tracy and MJ, who's our Chief Community Officer within CompTIA, they're going to be looking at our state of the channel research from our independent research house in the US, and it's globally renowned research, as you said, James. It's completely vendor neutral. So it's just telling you what's happening across the channel. There's a focus on the UK and Ireland and the wider Europe. So they'll be going through that research, but also more importantly, they are telling us what that means for us. So they're going to, give us the stats, but also drill down into what that actually means. So super valuable session and one not to be missed. And as you say, James, it's available to people. But for me, I think when somebody's going to sit and explain it to me and tell me what that means, then that is just, it really adds to that. So that'll be a fantastic session.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I guess the call to action after that one is that if you enjoyed what you heard, grab that report and use it. Next up, we've got Adam Pilton from Cybersmart. So rather than talk about him, should we hear from him?
Yes, let's do it.
My name is Adam Pilton. I was a police officer for 15 years, and my final role was leading the COVID Operations Management Unit and the cybercrime team within the police. More recently, I've been working with multinational businesses, helping them improve their cybersecurity posture, as well as working with smaller businesses, helping them simply improve their cybersecurity. Join me on the 26th of June, where I'll share with you some of my experiences and explain to you why, when it comes to cybersecurity, prevention is better than cure.
There you go. I think he did it better than we could, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've seen a look at that presentation, and there's some really fab stories in there. And let's just say, you gents out there, I think you might wince at some of the stuff that he's got to share. But yeah, super interesting guy with some really good cybersecurity stories. So really looking forward to that.
Excellent. That's always a huge driver. Of course, it's no secret to anyone that cybersecurity is pretty much top of the list when it comes to content choice. And our recent CompTIA specialist event around cybersecurity was a huge hit. So brilliant to have Adam there. Okay, so what else have we got? We've got so next up we've got James Doherty from Indigo Mentoring.
Yep. So James is a young CEO of a company and he set this up when he was in his last year of uni, and it's researching the importance of communities and that human element and why it's important to businesses. So James is going to talk us through that, and there's a lot of resonating stuff in there. So really, really interesting guy. It's good to get somebody young up on the stage to share their experience. And obviously we're all bought into community because we're all there at the meeting in the first place, aren't we? But yeah, it's just interesting to hear his perspective on why it's important to us and what we can gain from it as well.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Hey everybody, it's James from Indigo. I'm really excited to be talking at the CompTIA meeting on the 26th of June in Birmingham. You should come on down. It's going to be a really interesting day. There's loads of good speakers. I'm going to be talking about what community is, why it matters, and how you can harness community dynamics for your business life and your real life as well. I'll see you there. Bye.
Okay, yeah, James is just far too cool for us. I don't think he's going to fit in at all. Look forward to seeing you there, James. Thank you for that. That was a brilliant video. So yeah, that's a session not to miss. And so we've got another session straight after that with Paul and Lizzie, both executive council members. And this one is basically giving back, isn't it? So listening to sort of the community and having a session where it's two-way.
Yeah, so for this, if you've already registered for the meeting or if you're about to register, you will get asked to submit any wins or any challenges from your business so that we can use them in an open community forum. But we've got Lizzie here, so she's going to do a much better job of this than I am. Should we hear from Lizzie about what that session's about?
Let's do that. Hey, Lizzie, I saw you sneak in there. I was waiting for the opportunity to bring you in. Hey, how you doing? We're all doing well here. Yeah, that was perfect timing. Perfect timing. I love that. These ones are, do you know what, these are some of my favorite ones. It's almost like it's that kind of like that in between the session chat that's so valuable, but you're bringing it to a forum and you're making it happen. And that's definitely, I mean, especially with the CompTIA crowd, there's such a spectrum of size of companies in there that there's contributions for everyone. You don't have to be, you don't have to be a whatever 50 million MSP or whatever. There's stuff that's, advice that's going to be applicable to everyone and perspectives for everyone. So yeah, it's a good session. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so how do people get involved in that then? So is that something that we're going to let them know about when they arrive, or is that something that's ahead of time, or what's the deal there?
So can I jump in? I don't know if you can still, if you can hear me. So everyone that's registered before last week, I emailed them to say, right, here's the link, give us your wins and your challenges. They will be voted on the day. If you haven't yet registered, why haven't you? But following this session, hopefully you will. And then on your confirmation email, it'll have that link. Please submit. We have already had some great submissions, but please submit anything that you'd like to share with the community, or as Lizzie said, that you'd like some support with. We will vote on the day, but yeah, really looking forward to this. And as Lizzie said, if it's there for you, so if you don't get anything out of it, what have you put into it? We really do want you to get involved.
Yeah, that sounds good. Listen, guys, I'm going to have to hold my hands up. I think for a fraction of time there, we couldn't hear Lizzie. So, Lizzie, I'm really sorry to do this to you. Can I just ask you just to encapsulate your session in 20 seconds or so? I'm so sorry. This is what happens when you produce a show yourself.
I mean, hopefully I won't stumble over my own words this time. That's always the thing. When you're live, I always panic and stumble over myself. So, yeah, ultimately, the session is if you have anything that you are struggling with, that you need help with, you want to ask your peers in the room, just submit them into the request, into the form. Those in the room will upvote those they want to talk about. And this is for you to hear from your peers, hear from those in the room where they've found success, what advice they might have. But ultimately, if you've got something that you think is a massive win that you've been doing that's really great recently, shout about it, tell the community, share that win, and maybe it will help someone else in the room to also go out and do the same. So your session, guys.
Lovely. Thank you so much for doing that again. I appreciate that. So yeah, definitely. This is one of those ones where you don't want to miss. It's where all the good stuff comes out, totally unscripted. And in my experience, has been some of the best sessions when they've done these sort of formats. So brilliant. Thank you. Lizzie, how are you doing for time? Would you like to stay with us, or do you need to rush off? Are you okay? We're going to run through the rest of the agenda.
I can stay here if you need me. That's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, cool. Right, listen, well, let's move on with the agenda then. So let's have a look. Big hello to Ian Groves. He's come along at a very good time, I think. No, not quite. Let's have a look. Where are we at?
Nearly, James.
Leanne?
Yeah, so next up, we've got a session from Andrew Allen of Abyss, who is also the vice chair of our MSP interest group. Andrew's going to be giving us a sneak peek at CompTIA's mentoring program. So this is something that we launched recently in the US. We trialed it over there, and we are now super excited to launch that in the UK and Ireland and wider Europe. We're going to hear from Andrew what the program is, and he'll give us a few details on how you can get involved. We'll also hear from both a mentor and a mentee that have previously been through it and how their experiences and what they gained. Jumping off the back of Lizzie and Paul Croker's session, there's so much knowledge within our community, and the vibe at CompTIA is that everybody wants to share and we're all willing to help each other and lift up. So this is a way of doing that on a bit more of a formal basis, but it is an informal process. Don't let that put you off. But yeah, let's join people up. If you want to be a mentor, if you want to be a mentee, I think one of the people we'll hear from has actually done both, on both sides of it, because she started off being mentored and then went, do you know what? I've got stuff I could share as well. So then she put herself forward to also be a mentor. So yeah, super excited for this. It's exciting news for the community. Don't miss that session. And if you do want to get involved, come and let us know afterwards, and we'll pair you up with somebody fantastic.
That's brilliant. That's such a great opportunity, isn't it? And is that something that's open to? Does it matter whether you're on the sort of the vendor or MSP side? Or is there any kind of like who it's for, sort of requirements or anything?
No, it's for CompTIA members, so you do have to be a CompTIA member. But no, it's open to everybody, and then we just help guide you to find you the right match. And I think it's a 16-week program, so it's not extensively long. But yeah, we've had fantastic feedback from the US already, and we're excited to bring it here too.
Yeah, we need to document that some more too. Because I imagine there's some great stories and journeys going on there. It'd be good to try and get some of that out and share it with the community. Maybe that's one we need to make a note on.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. And then we've got so MJ's then of course got a session, or so he's got his overview.
Yeah, so this is MJ is going to give us some updates on what's happening in the CompTIA community globally. But it's also your chance to ask him anything. So, if you've got any pressing questions, and it doesn't matter what it's about, this is an open forum. MJ is really personable and approachable. So if there's anything you want to know about CompTIA, what we're doing, the direction, now's your chance. So think about any questions that you have for MJ for that session.
He's a little bit shy though, isn't he? That's the only thing, so take it easy on him. All right, next up, Ian, I think you're all listening as well, so great to have you on the session. So we've got the run through of the MSP guidebook, so let's hear from you as to what that one's all about.
Hi, this is Ian Groves, MD of StartTech, an MSP based in Shropshire in the West Midlands. It's just a quick video to touch on what I will be going over during my session at the upcoming Community UK&I Meeting and Spotlight Awards, which is in a couple of weeks on the 26th in Birmingham. I will be going over the MSP guidebook produced by CompTIA. In its own words, this serves as a framework for MSPs to create a culture of process efficiency, and it's very good. 4 aspects I'll be touching on will be understanding your ideal customer, 5 reasons why you should be doing QBRs, best practices around the hiring process, and making informed partnerships decisions when it comes to vendors. So I will hopefully see you there in a few weeks.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Ian. And Ian, you're like larger than life. Every meeting I go to, you're larger than life. And I reckon you had to keep quiet in that one for some reason. Maybe I've been in those myself where perhaps you've got to keep the noise down. And so Ian's gonna bring the energy. Don't worry about that. I can guarantee it. So looking forward to that one, and comes from an MSP background. So, and is on a really interesting journey himself. So that's definitely one you want to look out for. After Ian, we've got Carl. So I can go straight into Carl's video and he'll tell you all about that one.
Hello, my name's Carl Jones. I've worked in the media industry for over 30 years now. That's newspapers, magazines, TV and radio. And on the 26th of June, I'm going to be talking to you about the art of telling a good story. How do you spot the kind of story that the media might be interested in? How do you communicate it then to your local journalists, whether that's consumer or trade? And also, how do you use some of those same kind of tools to write a fantastic awards entry? It's all about being as clear as you can be, communicating as powerfully as possible, sometimes in as short amount of words as you can, and blowing people's socks off. That's what I'm going to be telling you how to do.
I'm not just saying this. This is a fantastic lineup, honestly. I mean, that's one I'm 100% going to be at. Like, that's the storytelling thing is important in every aspect of life. Whether you're doing this, whether you're talking to people just ad hoc, friends, colleagues. It's such an important part of business building. So can't wait to hear from Carl. That's going to be absolutely brilliant.
You're right there, James. And when because again, I get a sneak peek of all of these sessions, it applies to anybody, as you say, excuse me, whether it's in your personal life, your business, whether, raising your profile in whatever way. And some of it always seems obvious, but it's the obvious things we need telling, isn't it? When he was telling me his presentation, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so useful. And he's a larger than life character as well, Carl. He's a really fun guy. And we're lucky to have him. I mean, he works for Shropshire Radio and the BBC, etc. So, he really does know his stuff. So that's going to be a fantastic session.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one. And it's not an easy thing, storytelling. I mean, it's in principle, I think we all get it, but actually to do it is another thing. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. I'm going to be hassling Carl. I'm probably trying to get a video for myself. I think of maybe trying to do an interview with him if possible. Okay, so then we have so then Teresa he's wearing. Do you want to intro Teresa's session, Leanne?
Yeah, so she's an amazing speaker that was put in touch with me by Holly Whittles, Vice Chair of the EC. Teresa is incredible. She's award-winning. She's a TEDx speaker, etc., etc. But we've got a video, haven't we? Are you going to show the video?
I certainly am.
Perfect. Yeah, she says it's so much better than I do, James. But yeah, we're really, really lucky to have Teresa do our keynote. So let her tell you what it's all about.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Teresa Swearing, and I'm really looking forward to coming to the event in Birmingham in June. Now, if you don't know me, I am an award-winning international speaker, a TEDx speaker, an online business owner, and the host of a #1 rated podcast. And I'm going to be talking to you all about self-sabotage and how self-sabotage holds us back and stops us from unlocking our potential in ourselves and in our business. So I'm going to help you discover what it is and how we can fix it. I really look forward to seeing you then.
Brilliant. Teresa's bringing the production game, isn't she? I mean, that was looked like it was ready for BBC. Fantastic.
So, yeah, amazing that we've got Teresa. We're super, super lucky that she's available and she's giving us her time for that. After her session, we'll have some pitches for the next sessions because we actually need to leave the main room then and let them turn it around for the awards. So this is the point where we'll be going into breakouts and you can choose where you go. So we've got some CompTIA content, some educational content in customer churn. So Scott Quilter of Techosaurus will be talking to us about that.
Is Scott is he an MSP, is he? Or
he's no, he's just
Sorry,
on
Scott,
he's on the CompTIA faculty.
Mm-hmm.
So he's an instructor and he will be talking about onboarding, customer success programs, how to minimize churn. As we know, getting new customers costs us more money. So if we can avoid that and keep with the ones that we've got, obviously that is a great shout.
Excellent. I'm just putting his site up actually, so we can have a quick look. It's always useful to see the backgrounds. Obviously, he has got a background in IT consultancy and support.
Oh, of course, yeah,
brilliant. Okay, fantastic. That's really, really good.
Then we've got another session with Patrick Burgess of Nutborn.
Excellent.
So any CompTIA solution provider member gets free access as part of their membership to our ISAO, CompTIA ISAO, which is an information sharing and analysis organisation.
Yes,
we did it.
Totally self-explanatory.
Exactly that. You know, what is it? What should you be using it for? And it's about risk information, risk threat intelligence. So Patrick's going to be talking to people about that and giving us an overview of what it is and why it should be important to you. So that'll be a super interesting session. And then for anybody that doesn't fancy either of those, we're hosting 2 book clubs. Oh, sorry, James, you're going over the ice.
That's all right. No, it's fine. You carry on. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to go with you.
So we've got 2 book clubs. If there's a book that's changed your life or a podcast and you'd like to share that with the community, come along to that. We'll also have, they're being run by Olivia Donnell and Scott Ripke. Sorry, Scott Riley. God, he'll kill me for that. They're both, sorry, Scott. They're both members of our executive council. So they'll be sharing books or podcasts that they find useful in either their business or their personal life. But also, we'd love people to bring along their suggestions. So it's informal get together where we can just talk about and share ideas about books and podcasts. If any of the 2 don't float your boat.
That's tough, isn't it? That's tough because this is the 3 sessions together that all look great. So you have to just pick your poison on that one. I do know Olivia and Scott are both like really. They'll definitely be bringing the energy. So that'll definitely be a fun one. I'm tempted. I don't know. I don't want to sway you either way, but you've got too many to choose from.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, there are a lot to choose from. So maybe bring someone from the business with you, and one of you can go to one session, somebody else can go to one of the others, and then you can share notes afterwards. So, you know, choices.
Yeah, it's a great problem to have. I mean, it's great that you guys have managed to put all this value into the agenda. It's incredible. Okay, so that brings us to the end, actually. So then we've got a wrap up session from Dan. Dan is always, if you haven't seen Dan speak, he's always a super engaging speaker, and I'm sure he'll do an amazing job of pulling out the best bits and reminding you of the things that happened in the morning that you may have filed away already.
Yeah. So Dan will be in one room, James, and Holly will be in the other, because we're in those breakouts. So you can stay in the rooms that you're in, and then they'll both be giving you, key insights from the day, as you say, just reminding you what you might have forgotten from the morning, because we've got so much in there. It's easily done, isn't it, to just focus on the last things that you heard. So they'll take you back throughout the day. Then at 5:15, there's a bit of time to get ready for our awards on the evening, which is super exciting.
That's going to be good. Yeah, I didn't realise. Sorry about that, Holly. I didn't realise the insight session. I didn't realise there's two wrap ups there. I just caught the second box. So yeah, both engaging speakers. So come on to either one. Yes, the Spotlight Awards will be fun for sure.
Yeah. So networking drinks kicks off at 6. We've got drinks 6 till 7. Then we'll ask you all to go in to be seated for dinner. We've got a super funny host for the evening, and that's Dominic Holland, a stand-up comedian. I haven't seen him, but I've had so much great feedback from people that he's a really, really funny guy. So he'll be the host for our awards. Just to mention on the awards, so we've got 9 categories. Really, really exciting. Looking forward to that. Our awards are not pay to play. They are completely based on merits. They are judged by international judges from outside of the UK and Ireland region. So we tap into our resources globally to get those judged. So yeah, really, really excited to see who the winners are. It's going to be a fun evening.
It will be. I think it's so important, because I've heard people mention this before. At events where it's like, I'm sure it's like, people just that are within the sort of tight knit community that can win those awards. That's absolutely not the case. Definitely not. There's a structured process for reviewing all this, for reviewing any entries. So what's happening is people who put themselves forward and do a great job get in. So get recognised. So all I can say to you is if you want to be part of that, make sure you submit an entry and put some effort in. Because I've read some terrible ones, so make sure you put some effort in. It's well worthwhile.
Yeah, so obviously they're closed for this year, but they will be launched again, ready for next year, and we'll get some tips from Carl Jones on how to write an amazing awards entry. But yeah, if you haven't yet registered, please do. Jam-packed day, really exciting. I guess we haven't mentioned the peer-to-peer networking as well that happens throughout the day. We focused on the agenda.
Yes, very much so, yeah.
Yeah, the feedback we get from people is it is that conversation at the bar or over a coffee, or as you alluded to earlier, James. People love to network, and within CompTIA, it's not about being competitors, it's about collaboration, sharing of ideas. And obviously that will happen throughout the day, but that'll also continue into the evening as well over dinner and drinks.
I really like this one because there's enough time, I think, to get the networking in. Often, it really is. There's so much going on, so many great conversations to be had that sometimes it's hard to squeeze it in, no matter how much time you allocate. So, yeah, we've got plenty of room for the networking, which I can vouch for. I've spoken about many times, but it's helped me personally. And there's plenty of people looking to give back to the community and discuss whatever you need to discuss, really, to help your business, any challenges you're facing in any area, really. So, yeah, it's a really welcoming, friendly community. Can I just touch on there, Lizzie? I brought you back in again because I thought you might just like to join the chatter. Now we've got through the agenda bits. In terms of membership, so someone's watching this, they're totally fresh, they haven't actually yet got a CompTIA membership of any kind. What can you do without being a member? What can you do when you're a member?
Okay, so if you're not a member, you can access a limited amount of our resources online. That's connect.comptia.org. I would suggest you sign up as a subscriber and then have a look around. There's some research you can access. There's some educational content on there. You can also come along to the community meeting that we're talking about in Birmingham on the 26th of June. That's free. It's obviously free for members, but if you're not a member, you want to come along, see what we're all about, please do register. you'll find the links on our website under the events page. And then as a member, you get to really access the good stuff, which is the online resources of all of the research that we've talked about. You can co-brand reports, so it looks like it's from your business in conjunction with CompTIA. All of our training courses online, there's so much in there in a member portal to have a look for members. And the Spotlight Awards dinner that we're talking about, if you remember, you can enter the awards, although they're closed for this year, so please don't think right, I'm in it. And that dinner's complimentary. If you're not a member, there's a small fee of £49 just to attend the dinner, but that can be taken off your membership fee should you choose to join within the next 3 months.
You missed a massive benefit, Leanne. You missed the CompTIA ISAL.
Oh yes, of course. So thank you, Lizzie.
MJ's not going to be happy. Sorry, MJ, if you watch
that. So yeah, MSP members, solution provider members get free access to the CompTIA ISAL. Again, if you're in the know, you probably know what that is. But if you don't, there will be that session with Patrick on the 26th to tell you all about that. It's threat intelligence. It's keeping your finger on the pulse on what's happening and what you can do to mitigate those threats. So super important resource.
And just to touch on actually some of the other benefits as well, we've got. I noticed. So Sam from the part of our community. Let's just bring this in. He was sharing.
Yeah.
There's an incredible amount of value there. So the training courses often get overlooked. So as part of membership, you're entitled to. Yeah, I'm sorry to put you on the spot here. How many is it, Leanne? Some training basically of some of the. What's the word I'm looking for? The guide of the sort of the schedule of the training courses and things. You're entitled to some of those. Is that right?
Yeah. So if you are a solution provider, so MSPs come under that, you can access everything online. There's videos. There's just follow through guidebooks, etc. If you're a vendor or distributor member, we will actually send an instructor to deliver that content for you. So if you've got your partner base and you want to educate them, and this isn't education, this is business focused education, so perhaps sales, finance, marketing, etc. Or if you want that research that we offer delivered, if you're one of those members, so vendor or distributor, we will send an instructor and deliver that content for you at a location of your choice, or we can do it online like this, and you can house it in your portal, offer it as a webinar, etc.
I just think I'd like to call out there that this is different from the CompTIA certifications. This is instructor-led sales and marketing enablement, for your account managers, for your team, for your marketing team, to help them. This is different from the CompTIA certifications that everyone knows and loves. And obviously the ones that Leanne's just been talking about are completely free of charge for members, but members also do get discount on CompTIA certifications as well.
That's a great point, actually, Lizzie. So breaking news this week, members now get 20% discount on certifications. It used to be 15%. So that's a massive increase. So do take advantage of that. If you are interested in certifications, come along to the meeting. Some of my colleagues from the certification team will be there, and they're always on hand to help and advise you and give you any information that you need.
There's a lot of benefit there. Actually, when I was a few years ago in my sort of vendor days at another company, we did the sort of the channel account manager training. So got the whole team to go through it, and Tracy led that, and that was part of our membership. So someone of Tracy's caliber was delivering this, this amazing training. So it was hugely beneficial. So yeah, just touch on that. It's really sort of top quality training that's well worth taking advantage of if you can.
Yeah, there's something for everybody. What I would say is come along to the meeting, have a chat to one of the CompTIA team, or indeed somebody from the Executive Council. There's just such a raft of information that's accessible to people. Come and have a chat, tell us what your needs are, and then we can guide you through it and point you in the right direction.
Fantastic. Right, I think that's been pretty good. I think we've given people a nice flavour. They haven't had to go and sort of go through the agenda themselves and pick it all apart. Hopefully that's given you an idea of the kind of value that's on offer at these things. I can't wait for it, genuinely. It's one of the reasons I like doing these sessions, is that I'm one of those people that doesn't necessarily want to go through and pick the agenda apart, but I love talking about it and then going, wow, this is like this, that person's really going to bring something special. And so yeah, there's plenty there to get excited about. Any closing points before we I suppose we should tell people that registration is open. So you go to the CompTIA website, if you just search for the Birmingham CompTIA Spotlight Awards. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Yeah. Google it. That'll get you there. Anything else you want to add before we close the session?
So I would just get people to save the date. We've got our EMEA member and partner conference coming up at the Park Plaza Hotel in London on the 20th and 21st of October. Registration will be launched in time for the Birmingham meeting, but please put that in your diary. Super fantastic event, bringing everybody together. There'll be sessions like there is at Birmingham. We'll have an exhibitor hall of our members, and 20th and 21st of October. Please put that in your diary, and there will be more information coming your way soon.
Excellent. If you've got any final questions, by the way, feel free to get them in. You only need to put them in. We're on YouTube and LinkedIn, so feel free just to drop any questions in if you do have any. I think that just the final point from me is just that I think we're seeing a trend of people bringing sort of employees as well, so other team members to these events, and finding it really beneficial, because there's, there will be some tech content, there might be some business development content, sales, marketing, whatever. So there is something for everyone. Obviously worth checking the agendas. Some of them are special, have special tracks only, but it's for this one, I'd say, if you can afford the time out of your day, definitely get other people involved.
I think that's a really great point there, James, as well. If you're a CompTIA member, that membership is for everybody within your business. So it's not just, the owner or the manager or whatever that has to come along. Bring your staff, there's something in there. We've got those 3 sessions to pick from. It's a really good way to expose them to CompTIA and what the community is all about, and bring them to the Spotlight Awards as well. Have a bit of a team outing and see the comedian, have some dinner with us and have a few laughs. Definitely.
Excellent. Guys, thank you so much. I think that's been a great session. Hopefully people have found it useful. No questions coming in. Thank you for all the contributions in the chat, and we'll look forward to seeing you there as well. I think we're good. Lizzie, anything else you wanted to add before we close it down?
No, I'm all good already and excited to see you all next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And I'm going to shoot off to the DataCon Dublin. I'm in Airbnb at the moment. I need to go and make myself a present. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you at the next Agenda Teardown.
Brilliant. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.